Hello, ladies and gentlemen, or whoever chooses to watch this video. As I basically call the video, this video will be pretty much I guess you could say a full discussion on on the mod and how pretty much useless slash broken I find them to be. Well, they're not useless, but they're basically completely broken. Now I know, without a question, I know probably a lot of people are kind of annoyed about this, but I've been told by so many people that, hey, Cyberstep wouldn't, like, I just thought I might as well put it up, since a lot of people used to tell me, hey, Cyberstep would never take your ideas, since having your awe, you can make the game broken. To me, I never actually understood why they say, hey, your awe would be broken if you could have them as your partner. I gotta say, honestly, in my opinion, Cyberstep, here's a good question. Here's a real big question for you guys. All my friends used to tell me that the idea with the odds, taking them like with the partner slots or something, or even you guys adding a whole entire thing for them, would be broken. If they would be broken, so broken, as, like I said, everyone kept telling me, then it's just confusing to me right now. Just confusing to me in different categories. Like, first and foremost, this is one of my odds. Honestly, even though I have her pretty much level 50 and all of her points are in her power category, she ain't doing very good damage with this Oni dagger. She of course has no mags or whatever, so yeah. She doesn't really have any good mags on her, so I guess a lot of you could probably make a counter argument to that, but now I'm going to get into talking about the mount. The main true difference between the mount versus the versus an alt setup, them putting the this alt concept into the game. Cyberstep, let me just put it this way. First and foremost, if I had the mount, I can literally sit here right in front of these mobs and not take no damage. So, like, pretty much I've heard, and I've also experienced it, that there is, like, you're making your way to the, Tenchu Dragon Arc. A mob you fight before him, which is a boss in Oshu Highway, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot which one he is, but he's in one of them. I went into that dungeon. I had my mount. I had freaking, like, I'll talk about the time when I was trying to get my Dragon Tenchu before. I had to waste my time of maxing out freaking, like, filling the bar up for Dark Maya so I can basically use her. My volume sounds loud. Either way, like I said, I basically wasted time of filling her switch gauge up, or whatever you want to call it. I got to that point, the very last room before I fought the dragon. If that dude shoots a laser type beam at you, he automatically 100% kills your Vanguard. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts you can do about it. He's going to kill your Vanguard one shot. Now, that, no matter which way you slice it, that's kind of bullshit that, like, especially with Tenchu, and they've switched him up to where he now has a five-man party's light bar, so he's that much harder to kill now. Thank you very much for that, Cyberstep. It makes it 100 times harder for people who don't have a mount. Either way, like I was saying, even at the other time when I chose to fight him, he was still able to one-shot my Vanguard even when I was inside, basically her at that time. He not only one-shot her light bar, but he also one-shot her completely dead. So I was like, come on, really? I've asked one of my friends who got the mount to run the dungeon one time, and I asked him to basically use the mount during the fight. The dude has no chance of one-shotting the mount as long as the player is on the mount. So the mount is basically immune to being killed as long as he has stamina. As long as you have a stamina remaining. Which without a question, that just makes the amount just broken. That piece of shit, that thing right there is the whole reason why they made the game 100 times harder, because that piece of shit's so fucking broken that they didn't even realize that. And instead of making that underpowered, they chose to make the game harder for everyone. I've been working on trying to get my night sky, and I can't even touch hell because they had to make it freaking where I gotta be able to carry a 5-man team. I have vanguards, I have all that stuff. I had the ability to run through most dungeons in this game, but yeah, I can't even touch a freaking dragon to hell. But yeah, the person with a mouth can literally just run through that like it's a freaking joke. Like even going back and running new or something. I had trouble trying to kill new. I'm not the fastest. It takes me usually about 13 to 14 minutes to clear new. I have a Dark Maya that's almost completely maxed out. She's one scroll, so I can't really... So she usually runs out before I'm able to kill new. I can watch one of my friends literally walk in there with a flipping mount and kill new freaking so fast enough to where it's not even freaking fun. Where it's like literally, oh, you can kill him in about 3. You can basically run that dungeon if you're fast enough. You can do that in probably about 3 minutes, which is stupid. Which is beyond the point of stupid. Before it was 5 minutes if you had a 5 scroll. Now if you choose to run in there with a mount plus a vanguard, it's not even challenging. Like I said, all my friends and stuff can tell me how broken it would be if they if they took my idea and put it where our alts are partners. No, it would not even be remotely broken. I could think of so many concepts, so many ideas that would make the alts way less broken than that amount. And it wouldn't even be that challenging for me to come up with the concepts. First and foremost, I don't care how you want to add it up, the mount might as well be the perfect being. It's perfect. Because the cyber set basement gives you, whenever you get a scroll, you're getting a perfect form of whatever monster / entity you're in. So if you got the mount, you just got yourself a perfect mount. He has perfect mags. He has perfect everything. Same with the vanguards technically, but like I said, the vanguards can actually be one-shot by certain mobs and killed by certain mobs, and they different little odds and things like that. The mount, honestly, with my opinion, I wish I had the mount just so I could test out a lot of things with them. But honestly, I don't think you have a chance of the mount ever dying on you. Like, as you guys can kind of see right now, Lady Shusku is actually about to die on me. And yet, if she was in the mount, which I'm not, like, literally trying to say it like that, but if I had the mount instead of her, heck, I'd be riding the mount through the dungeon. So it wouldn't even be freaking fun. So my mount would never technically die on me through the whole entire time I'm running this dungeon. I could run new 100 times and not even probably ever worry about, oh, my mount's getting low. As long as you're on him, he's basically immune. He does not lower, his life bar does not drain. Which, it's like, what the hell? That's not considered broken to Cyberset, but my concept is? Heck, the main thing that I even talked to him about putting the concept / idea in with the odds is that they act the same way as them. Like, have you guys ever actually sat back and watched, like, Shizuku or any of them actually attack and not actually help them out? You just technically sat back and watched them try to kill a mob? They do the same thing that the yokai does. They attack, then they run around, then they attack again, then they run around, then they attack again. I get a lot of you would probably say, oh, what stops you from basically putting 105 mags onto your alt? That's what would make the alt broken. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would probably look at it like that. No. You can't control what skills she's about to fire off. The only concept I really gave them that would actually change, like, what skills you know she's going to be firing off is you give them a weapon. Like, if you're all had the Oni dagger and they're fighting with you, they're going to use the 3 skills that's on the Oni dagger. They can't use any other skill unless you give them a weapon that has that skill, meaning you're basically making a special weapon so you can give them. So you gotta so it's looking at that. It's not like the Vanguard where you can just give them a bunch of every skill known to man onto a weapon and not have to do shit to get it. Where them, you actually had to give them a weapon. You actually gotta waste the time of putting skill cards on it that you actually want them to be using. But, like I said before, there's no way of controlling what they're going to do. You can't force Shizuku to always shoot her Ogi off. She's going to do whatever the hell she pleases to do, and that's alright. She's going to do whatever they have her basically set to do. Which is technically the kind of the funny part about it, is because I can't make her shoot her Ogi, I can't make her do rapid shot if that's one of her skills. I can't make her do none. It's not like they made a button to where you can press like up on, like, while holding L1 or yeah, L1, you can't press like up on the right stick and it automatically makes her fire an Ogi. Not like they programmed the game like that, so there's no way of making her automatically use, oh, I know this enemy is weak to holy, so I'm going to make her use all holy constantly the whole entire time I'm fighting the boss. It makes her less broken. And that would be the same concept with your AUG, where the Mao, you basically be like, hey, I know he's weak to fire, I know he's weak to holy. It doesn't take a person very long to find out a Mob's weakness. It's like this dude, he's technically weak to holy. If I had freaking Venus right now, I could set her completely up with what? Holy. Which is what makes kind of no sense in my opinion. I'm almost willing to send this video over to Cybersat just to see if they actually understand their freaking screw up. If they probably tried to make the Vanguard Mao in the game so you'd have a broken chance of basically doing a ridiculous amount of damage, but it's like, where are you guys getting that at? Is it getting that at freaking the idea that this or that? Look, I had the furball on me, and it's like, the main downfall, or to me the main downfall about the furball has been fixed with the mount. He's a fixed form of the furball. Does an over amount of damage, he does that. You have a ridiculous amount of time to raise his crit, and he's always randomly doing. But the only drawback about the furball is just how slow he is. The mount, they screwed up in that. As far as I'm concerned, the mount, they didn't make the air. They should have made an error on it. Like, okay, the Mao is so over flipping powerful, but he's so freaking slow. He ain't that either. It's like, literally, when it comes down to it, if you were to put a ranking onto this game, like what everyone would want, everyone would go and say they want him. He's the only thing everyone wants, because everyone sees how broken he is. Like, even my friend and me was hoping that, hey, this update would give us the give us the horse freaking things. Because me and my friend were looking forward to be finally able to get get the horses, which I've seen on JP. They look like they're going to be they don't look like they're as broken as Ifrit, but they're up there. Because, like I said, when it also comes down to it, it's like, really? Like, I'm honestly just dumbfounded that people think my idea would be broken, and yet Cybersat things are turning around putting in a broken concept. But I still get told by a lot of players that my idea would be broken. I'm still on to purposely scratch my head at it, trying to figure out how is it broken. Like, Like I said, if you want to count the Mao or the Vanguards as anything, you'd have to count them as they got perfect mags, they got perfect everything. Everything you want, everything we are trying to get on our characters, they got perfect. Because Cyrus set them up like that. They're perfect. They had the perfect mags, they had the perfect skills, they had perfect everything. Where you, as your character, you had to farm the weapon, you had to farm the mags, you had to do all that dumb shit over and over. We're going with an oh yeah, you could say, hey, it would be broken because you're able to get, what is it, I'll just switch over to my main character to remember what the one is called. I think it's Heavenly Shield or whatever, where you can put like, is it 30 or is it 40? Either way, whatever it is, it's the elemental advantage, and okay, I can make all completely broken by putting Heavenly Shield on them. No. I've already tested to see how much difference a freaking full elemental based attack would be. You get an extra about, I think, what, 2, maybe 500 extra damage? It's not good. It's not up there. Now, of course, I only did it with a 20, but come on, you still need the skill force. In order for you to basically do good damage, you still need the skill force. But what have they done with us? What have they done with our characters? Everything in this game has a max cap. No, nothing. And I mean nothing can go above that max cap. But the thing that makes me kind of hate the whole idea about the max cap, or any concept that revolves around it, it's like Cyrus said when they brought in the gold aromas. Unless you are using a wand, and you don't, unless you have Poison Cloud, and you're using a wand, you cannot kill the gold aroma. Oh, okay, we can't kill the gold aroma. Okay, I understand that. We're just gonna throw that rule out the window now because we just gave you an overpowered mount that can one-shot him. It's like, really? Now I can just literally get the mount set up in a perfect position. I can just literally kick in one of his skills and he's gonna be perfectly able to kill that stinking mount? To kill that stinking little Daruma? Wow! Dark Mai, can you even kill? Nope. Hey, Venus, nope. Hey, nope. No other freaking character in this game can one-shot him besides for a Poison Cloud or a mount. Which is completely bullshit. Hey, wand users, you basically just got replaced by a freaking mount. You're no longer needed to use Poison Cloud. Just get yourself a freaking garbage-ass piece of shit mount. Just get the OP broken piece of shit in this game and you don't need anything else. You don't even need to play as your own freaking character. Just get an OP mount. As long as you can use the mount in a dungeon, heck, you're unstoppable. Heck, do you even need skill first to power him up? Honestly, I don't think you do. Because he don't add to your damage. Meaning, even if you're carrying an Oni dagger, he still didn't do he still didn't do the same damage that he does when you're not carrying that Oni dagger. Doesn't matter if you're carrying a Gargoyle, he still does a ridiculous amount of damage. It's like, unlike the Vanguards, he ain't affected by us. Like, it doesn't matter what type of sword you carry around. It doesn't matter what type of skills you have. It doesn't matter what type of skill force you have. You're not changing his damage. As long as you leveled him up to 100 and you give him the power, you put all your stat points into his power, he's broken. Like I said, he's basically an overpowered version of this little guy. This little guy has the problem of trying to keep up with us. A mount has no problem keeping up with us. Which I gotta say is just funny. I can't. With my opinion, I can't even think of any way around that. That's stupid. That's just funny. I can't even think of any way of remotely making it around that. Let's go to my main character for a little while, and hopefully I don't get DC'd while going into while loading into Onigashima, since that's where I last left her. Neat. No DC. done a lot of different shit with her. Let me look through her mags and let's act like this is basically my partner character. This is my alt instead of my main. Okay, first and foremost, I'm not ready to talk too much about the weapon because, well, weapons are... Sometimes you get random skills on them, sometimes they don't. Those random skills that they give you don't really affect you too much. So, like I said, let's not really care about the D3s too much. If you really want to know the reason why I have D3s in my hand is because I'm trying to make a full steel attack weapon. Now let's go to this, for example. Okay, I wasted my time of farming the character. I gave her everything possible to try making her basically to where she'd be helpful as much as possible. But look at this. As you can see, that one turned out alright. I got 6 crit, I got max HP plus 15%, I got max SP 16%, max HP plus 16%. Sit. See, every time when we'd be working on trying to get a special mag or something for one of our alts, we'd be dealing with the same problem that you deal with your main. You'd be sitting there taking a chance of trying to, hopefully in your own opinion, you'd be trying to get make a mag that would be especially worth that alt. Like, I get a lot of you would probably say, hey, it'd be kind of broken because what stops you from, like, I'll use, which I know I can't use it, but I'm going to try see what it pops. Like, okay, this gives me 20, this gives 20 dark and 20 slice. Now let's look through all these and see let's look through all these and see if there's any way I can actually increase the dark of this to actually make the character more useful. Or even slice. Hey, cool, that's all. If I do this, I can get an extra 3 to 4 dark. But I'm also got the chance of getting lightning, rain, and mountain, which I can only get 1 out of 2, so that could potentially hurt, or that could potentially help the character. I still have the random bullshit chance of the percentage chance. Hey, this would give Holy, it would give the character some more crit. It would give them cooldown, but since I'm basically leaving it to an AI controlled character to control them, they're probably not to use their skills all that often, so that wouldn't really matter if I gave them a lot of cooldown. Critical plus 1 to 3, that would help them out. Like, even with this one, hey, there's some lightning. If I'm planning on making them a sword, I could put on this mag 6 extra lightning. Or at least try to. Or I could give them some wind. Or I could try boosting their slice on me. I could also see if I can get them with physical attack speed up, considering they would attack a little bit faster, meaning I wouldn't have to worry about them as much. But then, if I were to do this, like, look, I still have to worry about the 75% chance. There's no guarantee, hey, I'm going to get the slice and the physical attack speed up. Meaning, the concept of the alt, you'd still be technically trying to play the game like you're trying to do with your own main character. You're going to be trying to give them the perfect ordnance on their mags, so they'd be as much helpful to you as possible. And that's the concept that I don't think anyone really understands. I don't even think Cyberstep even is really paying close enough attention to that. You can't do nothing. When it comes down to it, there's no concept I can think of that would... The alt concept would be less broken than getting that mount. But instead of listening to me, they chose to throw a broken piece of shit into the game as far as I'm concerned. Hey, look, this basically powers up everything that I feel could be useful. The character has higher crit force, so the character would always do more damage. So if the character crits, they're going to be doing a little bit higher crit than I do. Like their crit, because their crit force would be higher, their SP reduction would be better, so when they use a skill, they'd actually recharge their SP a lot faster, and then they'd also get crit. But look at that. That's 55% chance that it'd be a success, meaning that, hey, I could either get 2 of these, Or I could get one of these, or it could just turn out to be a random broken slot. And that's what I'm trying to get at, is there's no guarantee. There's nothing there that automatically guarantees, hey, you can make it all broken. There's nothing we can do. You still gotta play by the in-game guides. Like, I get cyberstep parties and look at it like, hey, you can still break the game. No, you can't. I still had to go with whatever ordinance I can get on a mag. Like, if anybody put this onto the character and I made sure they had nothing but rank 7s on their weapon. Even by looking through this, like, for example, the Heavily Shielded that I talked about earlier. Oh, where are you? Hey, House of List goes down. Like, since I can't make this go down, I can't show you the plus element that I'd be having a chance of getting. But even with this, there's no guaranteed way I can guarantee the 100% make sure I get what I'm looking for, what I want to have on it. So it still revolves in this game's problems, in this game's categories. You can't literally break the game. You still have to play by the rule of the game. Which is the part I don't see how people consider the concept broken when you still gotta play the game by the rules of the game. You still gotta ordinate mags for the aughts. You're gonna be doing all that stuff. You're gonna be trying to get, hopefully, you're gonna be trying to basically make that aught to be able to help you. Whether you want to make a complete aught that's going to basically focus on healing you. Cyberstep programmed them into doing that. Well, you just got an aught that could give you what? 60 freaking SP, freaking ridiculously amount of HP heals. And the only drawback that I really might comprehend with them, and I'd give the same drawback to them out, because I think it's kind of broken plus unfair that with the mountain being a playable character, being something you can just draw out and he don't take up no slot on you and he's able to level up. I think basically, with my opinion, if you're going to be able to use an aught slash the mount, I think you should be automatically forced to be in the party. They should both take up one slot out of your party. Meaning, instead of you being able to carry a 5-man team like you're actually trying to go for, they'd cut it down because you're using them out on top of it, which, I don't know, I just feel like that would be a good comprehend for someone who has a mount. You can't carry a 5-man team as long as you have your mount out. Where the aughts, potentially I would do the same thing with them, but potentially I do a different concept with them because they are a normal playable character. They should still be considered as a character in your party, which means you still get to carry a 5-man party. The mount is basically an NPC character, is a complete 100% more NPC character, so he wouldn't be counted as a character in your party. He'd be counted as a follower in your party, which would automatically take up one of your slots because you're going to be using them. Now, that's just my own opinion, because that Mao is that overpowered to where he should count as a character in your party. By counting as a character in your party, since he is so overpowered, and if Cyberstep actually wasted their time of studying it a little bit, they'd realize he's broken as all hell. And that's the part I don't get what they're trying to do. They're not trying to make the game understandable for the game to be balanced out. Adding something like that, you basically just destroyed the balance of the game. Like, I wish the freaking Vanguards were as broke as the mount, so that way, heck, since I got a bunch of Vanguards, I can pretty much destroy a nuke without problems. I can destroy everything without problems, considering I had to get them the same way the same way you can get them out, which I don't get why they programmed it that way. Like, I'm just being completely honest, my Vanguards ain't nowhere as close to the mouse damage. mount, you can actually set up these stats out just like our own characters, just like the bank, just like the pet, and just like the humanoid yokai thing. But the mount is 3 times more powerful than the humanoid yokai thing, since you actually gotta pay for it, since you're actually using real money to get that damn thing. But then again, you're using real money to get her, which makes no... which honestly, in my opinion, makes no sense. To be honest, it's actually kind of funny, because... well, we get free OC... once I get 40 OC, I could potentially go into this. I can go to this, and like I said, we get free OC every day, so I can potentially go to this. What happens if I get her? If I end up getting her, and that gives me a chance to roll for the other one, and I end up getting the mount, then that technically makes it to where the mount is able to be attained by not even putting money into the game, which is kind of sad. While going through the point drama, yeah, I understand you can put a bunch of money, you can put a bunch of work into this, you can sacrifice all your items or whatever, but come on, most of the items are only worth what, maybe 10 points? Like, look at my freaking items right now. And I only have a measly 2 OC that I currently have left over from the $100 that I put into the game. I have 16 unusable OC, but yet that 16 unusable OC can be used to get the mount. But yet, here's these guys. Here's her, for example. You had to put more work into trying to get the stuff here than you even got to put work into trying to get a Vanguard now, which is kind of sad. Like, look at this. Oh, right, I forgot. I just got 2 new outfits. Goodbye outfits, because I don't use those since I already got the Vanguard accessories. Look at that. Getting stones, the verse 15. It's kind of nice. Trading in this mag right here that's needed for the freaking fusion. That's kind of nice. Like, with how low all this stuff is, it's like... it's actually harder for you to get a freaking Vanguard than it would be... I mean, not a Vanguard, but it's actually harder for you to get the stuff in here than getting a Vanguard. Which is kind of funny now. As a Vanguard, you can actually get lucky with just using your full OC. Eventually, the game will give you one. I have an alt that's proof with that darn thing. I have an alt right now who got lucky and got a Vanguard. She got Ivy. And I didn't even put no money in. I'm not wasting the money on an alt, and yet she got a Vanguard. She got herself a free Vanguard with a... I got basically a free Vanguard on one of my alts without even trying. I get, yeah, Cybersec, you probably look at this like, hey, you can basically farm all day and be able to get that filled. Yeah, maybe you do still realize, yeah, even if someone does farm all day, that's a bunch of freaking drop boosts that they're going to be wasting. If not, pretty much, what, 60 days worth of freaking farming just for maybe one of the top ones? Like, potentially, I don't get why you guys don't add more, add different things into there. Like, those things should be more broken than, like, to me, though, that almost seems like it would be where you guys would throw, like, the Vanguards or the mouse now. Considering it seems like it would take players longer to get that than taking a random chance of getting 40 OC and basically just taking a chance at getting a Vanguard. Like, I get you guys made the special one to where we can't use use our free OC, which I gotta say I'm kind of surprised you guys even allow us to get the overpowered Vanguard, the Vanguards or the mounts via OC. They're basically supposed to be your guys' main ways of making money, and yet you guys are allowing us to use free OC to get them. I say, in my own opinion, I think that's kind of funny. When it takes longer to get, when it takes technically real either a lot of farming or it takes real money to basically be able to get her. And I've been told by multiple players, hey, she ain't nowhere close to doing as much damage as the Vanguard, let alone the Mount. And I gotta put real money in to be able to get her more than I gotta be able to put real money in to get a Vanguard now. Which is, like I said, which is, in my opinion, just kind of sad. Why do I gotta put real money into be... The fastest way for me to get her is putting real money into the game. Or farming, like I said, maybe a whole month or whatever. To me, that seems like it would make her more broken. It seems like she would get, like a ridiculous amount of power boost, considering you're forcing us to farm for her a lot more than you're forcing us to get a Vanguard. Like, come on, you guys even give us free freaking SP tickets to get a chance at getting a Vanguard or getting a chance at getting whatever. But yeah, you guys ain't giving us nothing special to get to her faster. Which is confusing as all hell if I add it up. We can't get her any faster, but yet you guys allow us to use OC to get Vanguards. You guys basically give us free SP tickets to get a Vanguard. But something like her that, like, is just declared is way harder in my opinion to get, and yet she's not even worth it. And yet she has better AI than the Vanguards as far as I'm concerned. Especially her versus Lancelot. Lancelot's a flippin' idiot. My Lancelot hasn't recovered all that much because I actually forgot to put her away last night. Look at that. Lancelot already basically cut ahead of me, and are you going to stop running in place? I guess right now they're both kind of running in place. Lancelot, are you okay? I guess... And now she's gonna be... She's not doing it, but if you guys recall a little while ago when I jumped up here, she actually stopped running. These Vanguards don't seem to ever stop running. They seem to constantly continue to try getting close enough to the player. Which is just ridiculously funny. I have her right now currently stuck, so she can't get closer to me than she already is. Lancelot over here just got herself bugged because she freaking kept trying to run in. Now look at that. She got herself freaking stuck in there. Freaking damn right. And I've noticed all the Vanguards do that, which is kind of sad. Like I said, I've noticed her to be having a better AI than actually the Vanguards, which is kind of funny. Come on, spawn out of there already. Come on, you freaking idiot. Spawn out of there already. Oops, my bad. Guess I probably shouldn't say that on videos or whatever. Look at this. She still has yet to spawn out of there. She's completely stuck back there. What a freaking dimwit. So I gotta say, it's actually kind of sad. Because like I said, like, even with her, I gotta basically do the same thing you had to do with Mount. I had to go back and buy another card so I can basically be able to take her out to 6. Take her out to 60. She's right now currently maxed out at 50. Like I said, her AI to me is at times smarter than the AI of the Vanguard. Which is completely sucky. The Vanguard can't even stay still. Like, we're just running straight, and yet the Vanguard keeps turning left and right. She's staying right up with me. She's not slowing down. She's not doing anything dumb. It's kind of sad. Even when you go into a dungeon, the Vanguard, I've noticed, actually has a bad tendency to not really react to your NPC target. to the mob that you're attacking. Which almost makes me question if the freaking thing is smarter than she is. They still both technically get stuck in there, which is just plain out funny, but usually the humanoid will actually start running. But then again, on top of that, the humanoid is actually faster than the Vanguard, which is even more funnier. Oh, she's faster than Aphil. I don't think she has too much on Lancelot. Nope, they seem about equally tied in speed. But I know she's faster than Azuna. I think she ties with Dark Maya as well. Okay. Like, she can almost keep up with certain Vanguards, which is kind of sad and kind of funny at the same point. Like I said, even with me jumping into different dungeons and trying them out, it's just plain out funny that the Vanguard takes extra few seconds to start understanding, hey, attack. Let's see if I can actually mess with their AI a little bit and see what I can do with them. I'll try my best. I actually just want to do this for fun. I've been wanting to do this for fun. Actually, I'm going to make a whole new video.